Anybody with a website is going to get a bunch of emails, and I certainly get my share. Now, most of them are pretty reasoned and understandable. There are a few that I just don't know about, and those are the ones that we're going to cover in these We Gotta Talk segments. I used to run a woodworking site, and I would get a lot of requests through that for woodworkers that wanted me to convince their wives that they needed to get a bigger tool or a more expensive one. One guy wrote, "I've been showing my wife your videos for some time, and a few months ago bought 2 wing bags from you, and they impressed my wife. So I thought perhaps you could say something in an email that would help me convince her that I need to get a giant scale warbird. I want a P-47 like the one you had, so if you tell her how nice a plane it is and how good a deal it would be, she might let me buy one. I would appreciate any help you can give, and I would need another wing bag if you did." The problem here is that if I had that much power over his wife, I'd get her to buy me a wing bag, because I'm afraid of her a lot less than I am of my wife. The RC community has a very small but very vocal group of people that think because they spent so much on their airplanes that I should be giving them free wing bags. One recent member of this royalty informed me the benefit of this fiscal delusion. He says, because these planes are very expensive, they are very important in the upper levels of the RC community, and providing your wing bags, provided they meant for free, would benefit my brand by simply being seen with them. The no-cost deal never entered my mind before this, and never will, really. This whole idea seemed so bizarre to me, and I thought the best to steer clear of these planes altogether, and I'll spend my time with making wing bags for the clear-thinking little people that fly airplanes like mine. Us little folks need to stick together. If you're on the internet very much, you got to get used to these people that appoint themselves experts so they can tell you how big of an idiot you are. Most frustrating to me is how easily so many people will believe anything they see or hear on the internet, except of course that I'm extremely cute and they have this irresistible urge to send me thousands of dollars. Now. Yeah. I had a few of these guys tell me that they know that my bags are actually made by a group of Asian women. Some of them believe that I'm an Asian woman. And that's of course a big slight to the Asian women who are really talented, far more so than I am with a sewing machine. Another of the more common delusions is that I'm really one of the big hobby suppliers, whichever one is taking them off at the moment. For a while I told people that they caught me that I was really the owner of Smoking Hole RC airplanes. Of course there is no such thing, and none of them questioned that, not one, but several wanted a catalog. I recently got an email that just shows you how stupid people can be, saying that Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets. He's not with Danica Patrick anymore. He traded him. Never mind. When I started flying RC.net, I promised to always show you what really happened, including when I crashed the airplanes. And even though I say why I crashed them, that doesn't stop people from immediately starting to write in to tell me exactly what I did wrong, even if I just told them what I did wrong and they just repeated it. They just feel better for saying it. And I get a lot of email from people saying that their crashes were caused by ESCs, bad receivers, or anything that didn't have anything to do with them actually flying a plane in the ground. I recently got one of my favorite excuses for a crash. This fellow blamed his crash on someone behind him that farted while too close to the flight line. I wasn't aware of such a field regulation, but it might make sense depending on what they serve for lunch there. This errant gaseous excretion startled him to the point that he flew his plane into a tree about a half a mile away. I'm not buying his excuse, but I do think he deserves a 7 for creativity and 4 for blatant BS points. Whenever you admit to owning an airplane or having owned one on the internet, that automatically makes you an expert. I recently got an email from a guy that had a 50cc L4 Grasshopper similar to the one I had. The problem is that he had this 50cc airplane with a 25cc engine, and he asked how he could get the 25cc engine to fly the 50cc plane. I told him I wouldn't try it because it's too underpowered and you're just going to crash it. He responded saying that there has to be a way to make it work. And I said, yeah, if you mount that 25cc engine beside another 25cc engine, it'll generate enough power and make a really unique looking L4. That caused him to get disenchanted with me and call me several names that we can't repeat here. So that does it for episode 1. Keep sending emails. We'll keep doing these reports.